Alright, so we have circumcenter and incenter. Let's talk about these. So, circumcenter and incenter is basically set up with circumcenter is, let's say we got A, B, and C in X, Y, and Z. Okay? And then, of course, the center is P. Okay? Let's talk about what happens with a circumcenter. With a circumcenter, what we're doing is finding the circle, right, of all the vertices of the triangle, right? And so the center of this circle is inside the triangle. Sometimes the circumcenter will be outside of the triangle, on an obtuse triangle. On a right triangle, the center will be on the hypotenuse. Okay? So, the circumcenter kind of will be on the inside of the triangle if it's acute, the outside of the triangle if it's obtuse, and on the hypotenuse if it's a right triangle. Okay? And the way we create this circumcenter is through perpendicular bisectors. Sound familiar? Right? Perpendicular bisectors. Right? They're segment bisectors. Okay? Perpendicular segment bisectors. And what they're doing is that PZ perpendicularly bisects AC. So that means that AZ, right, is congruent to CZ, right? And it also means that XA or AX is congruent to BX. And it means that BY is congruent to CY, right? Okay, and that's the situations that's going on with circumcenter. Now with an incenter, it's a little bit different. An incenter always has the center inside the triangle. Okay? And we're using a little bit different scenario. To create an incenter, okay, you're going to use what's called an angle bisector. Okay? And when you use the angle bisectors, right, they intersect at the center. So we can call this center P, right? And then we can have A, B, and C, right? And at that point P, it creates these other points X, Y, and Z, where XP is congruent to YP, which is also congruent. Sorry, bad congruence. It's also congruent to ZP, right? Because it formulates a circle, and those are all radius. These are radii inside that circle. Okay? So, this is a radius, this is a radius, this is a radius, right? And they're all perpendicular to the lines BC. So, they're not perpendicular bisectors, but they are perpendiculars. Okay? So, there you go. So, with incenters, you create these segments that are congruent. With circumcenters, you create congruent pieces on the sides of the triangle. Okay? Two different centers of a triangle. One, a circle's inside the triangle, and on the other, the circle is outside the triangle.